The flashback to Vegeta first unlocking the Super Saiyan transformation during his battle with Android 19 is one of my favorite and most memorable moments in early Dragon Ball Z. Fueled by envy and a thirst to become the strongest, Vegeta, who had taken refuge on a desolate planet with a dangerous climate, trained until his fists bled, but he was still unable to obtain the power he had seen on Namek. Even a young Saiyan boy from the future was able to awaken Super Saiyan, while Vegeta still wasn't. While Vegeta had always been known to obsess over being the strongest, or at least stronger than Goku, this, I feel like, was a significant starting point in how Vegeta's determination began to increase drastically over time. There even came a point where this want for power became extremely unhealthy, which resulted in him allowing Babidi into his mind just for a chance to surpass his rival. Fortunately, by the time Dragon Ball Super came, Vegeta was more than level with Goku once the two began training under Whis, which led them to achieving things that they could have never even dreamed of by their own accord, which is something I value a lot when it comes to Goku and Vegeta. Even when there's no threat, however, these two Saiyans never let their training fall behind, and the same rings true in this story. This is Dragon Ball Legendary by Takaiju, a story that takes place 100 years after the end of GT and the events of the Shadow Dragons. When we last left off, Vegeta has managed to resurrect Goku in his physical body in order to participate against him in this tournament. All is well at first, but with this many villains all in one place, it isn't long before someone makes a move. Super 17, along with help from Shenron, is able to distract Goku and Vegeta long enough to make a wish on Shenron, who was summoned by Goku in order to separate from him, but 17 is able to make the wish for their tails to disappear. With Goku and Vegeta seemingly powerless now that they've been forced back to their regular Super Saiyan forms, Gohan steps in the fight, but even after he disposes of Shenron, he's still too late, as 17 seemed to not be the real threat here after all. Cell has used the distraction created by all the chaos to absorb Super 17 and has achieved a new, hyper-perfect form to the likes of which they've never seen before. With Cell's power eclipsing new levels every second and Goku and Vegeta's tails still gone, it seemed that Gohan may be the only hope they have left of being able to defend the innocent, but right when things look impossible, both Piccolo and Vegeta seem to have plans up their sleeves, as Vegeta has still yet to show the full power of training for over a century to surpass Goku. If you guys want to check out the original manga for yourselves, it'll be down in the description box below as always, and let's see if we can get this video to 4,000 likes to continue with more Dragon Ball Legendary. Be sure to click the notification bell if you haven't already to never miss an upload, and follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all Dragon Ball related content. But without further ado,
I got swords on my back, set my right back. Ninjas with me, niggas, throwing stars at these bitches. Eating ramen noodles in the hood with my niggas.
the finale of the last chapter ends with the situation reaching critical heights, which brings the Elder Kai to an interesting decision. He says that when Piccolo is ready, he can help them defeat anybody, to which Piccolo accepts, confirming he's ready. The Elder Kai says that he's concentrated all of his energy and will now transfer everything over to Piccolo. Vegeta boasts about not needing any help from them to defeat Cell, which could still be true since we haven't exactly seen the results of his power over the past century, but in the meantime, this seems to be their only option. This is when the Elder Kai transfers all of his powers to Piccolo and decrees him to be reborn as a Kaioshin god. In a flash of light, both Piccolo and the Elder Kai disappear, and then the next moment, Piccolo reappears sporting a Kaioshin outfit. Goku, being so one-track minded, automatically just asks Piccolo to help them restore their energy, but Piccolo is more concerned about changing out of this dumb outfit first, and in a flash of light, he manifests his old outfit in a totally different color than before. He says that now that his power has grown, he's ready to help them get back in the fight, but a voice from behind yells at them all to wait. Bardock steps out of the shadows, and the first thing he says is, if they go to face Cell right now, then they all die. Strangely, Vegeta is the one that knows that Bardock is the father of Goku, which comes as a surprise to him. And then the two approach each other for the first time ever. Goku greets his father, introducing himself by the name he was given on Earth instead of his birth name. However, Bardock, being the ruthless Saiyan that he is, says that he isn't here to learn his name, but if he goes to fight Cell right now, then he'll die, but he has to let Vegeta go. Obviously this all just sounds like a hunch, which is why Vegeta blurts out asking why exactly they should listen to him, but Bardock tells him that he has a gift, going on to explain his power of seeing into the future. Bardock says that in all of his visions he's seen, Goku has emerged superior from all of his battles, but this time is different. Vegeta says that he refuses to listen to this anymore, but Goku insists that they should listen to him, but Vegeta has made up his mind. Instead of sticking around listening to plans that may or may not work, Vegeta tells them the fruits of his training haven't even been shown yet, as the past 100 years have been spent honing his skills and ascending, and in a farewell to Goku and Bardock, he goes to find Cell. When we cut back to the fight, Hyper Cell, who has been fighting Oob, Goten, and Trunks in the meantime, says that Goku is no longer a problem now that he's powerless, and soon they won't be either. At an incredible speed, he dashes at Oob and kicks him away. Goten tries to take this opportunity for he and Trunks to fuse again, but of course Cell would never let this happen, as he turns his attention to the young Saiyan and attacks him next. He then turns to Trunks and launches him towards the ground as well. The last thing Cell says is that these guys were hardly worthy opponents, so he'll be getting rid of them once and for all, but before he's able to attack, Vegeta appears between Cell and the others and launches his Big Bang attack. At this point, Trunks and the others have fallen out of their Super Saiyan forms, and this is when Vegeta assures him that no matter how many times he changes forms, he can't win, and he even goes as far as to say that he doesn't need Super Saiyan to get it done, as he starts glowing in this weird blue aura. Vegeta's entire body becomes consumed in this blue aura, which seems to be named the Elokin, and from the looks of it, it's at least somewhat relative to Kaioken, but for it to be of importance in this situation, the power it grants him has to be unimaginable. When we cut over to King Kai, he's in absolute shock at how Vegeta was able to learn such a move, saying how difficult it is, calling Vegeta a true warrior. The story of Elo has it that he was originally a warrior from the Northern Galaxy that approached King Kai to train with him one day many years ago. He was an interesting looking guy, but his power was lacking. However, his techniques were a different story. The Elokin is a technique that allowed Elos to power up beyond his limits to however much was required to deal with his adversary. The lore goes that this technique was so difficult to master that King Kai was only able to do it partially, which is how the Kaioken was officially born. Even after gaining remarkable powers himself, Piccolo is amazed at what Vegeta has managed to accomplish, as he calls Goku over to witness his power as well, and this is when both Goku and Gohan make the point that this does actually look a lot like the Kaioken. Piccolo confirms, however, that the technique Vegeta is using is by far superior to the Kaioken, and at this very moment, Vegeta himself has surpassed the power of Super Saiyan 4. Gohan is amazed himself at Vegeta, even though he too gained quite a bit of power over the years since he continued his training, but Goku seems a bit disappointed, saying that Vegeta honestly could have finished the fight between them whenever he wanted to if he had this power the whole time, and I guess this is kind of a callback to how Vegeta felt in the Buu Saga. As the battle goes on, Vegeta is scouting out Cell to see just how much power would be required for this battle, but right now they do look pretty even, which is saying a lot since Cell just absorbed Super 17. Vegeta fires a quick beam attack at Cell, which hits him directly and does a bit of damage, but Cell is easily able to regenerate. He powers up after getting back to his feet and charges Vegeta, going back on the offensive, but right when he thinks he has Vegeta right where he wants him, he vanishes, and after appearing behind him, blasts him with another attack that sends him flying into the ground, but Cell is able to stop midway. At this point, Vegeta is starting to look a little tired, as he says that he's wasting a lot of energy really quickly as a result of this technique and has to finish this now, but this is when he sees Cell bursting with energy as he outstretches his arms, and this is when he fires a nuclear final flash. The battle with Vegeta is reaching its peak, but with the introduction of Elokin, things have taken an interesting turn as we learn that this has allowed Vegeta to eclipse even the power of Super Saiyan 4. 100 years of training and dedication seem to have paid off for Vegeta, as instead of using brute strength for everything, he was able to gain knowledge of this technique and able to master it even better than King Kai. Kind of like how Goku did, but the best part is, not even Goku can do this technique. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching as always. If you made it this far, this one was super long, and honestly it could have been a bit longer, but down below let me know if you guys like all of the videos being long, or if you want me to kind of mix them up with some being shorter and some being, you know, like 10+ minutes or whatever. Also, what do you guys think of the Elokin technique? I could be saying that wrong, it might be Ilokin. If you guys know, then, you know, be sure to drop a comment, but it's definitely always cool to see Vegeta get shine and a chance to one-up Goku, but I would love to see what happens with this technique once they get their tails back. I think that'd be a pretty cool concept to explore, but don't forget to leave a like on the video before we dip out, because we are trying to get this video to 4,000 likes, but I know you all can do it. Also, be sure to have that notification bell turned on to never miss an upload, and follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all Dragon Ball related content. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.